So the surface water, whether it is a pond, lakes, river and ocean, uh, that this water differs in their physical, chemical and biological characters. That means all these parameters vary in depending upon the different environment, because pond environment is different, lake environment is different, river environment is different. So this parameter varies, and based on that variation in the parameters, the load of the microbials, kinds of the microbes, types of the microbes also vary. One of these, this depending on the nutrient status of the water body, the microbial load varies with the higher number encountering in eutrophic water. Eutrophic water, where the nutrient load will be more. So there the microbial load will be more because there is a lot of nutrient. And if there is a more nutrient, that nutrient will support the growth and activity of these microbes. So in eutrophic waters, there will be a high load of microbes. Groundwater or subterranean waters generally have very low microbial load because of the filtration effect of the soil layer. So in groundwaters, we are having a less or low microbial load, or subterranean waters, we are having a very low microbial load because there is a filtration which is done by the soil particles. Then the categories of microorganism in natural waters. So natural water contains a variety of microorganisms, which includes two kinds of flora. One is the natural flora and transient flora. Natural flora are those flora or those microorganisms which are natural to the water body. That means that type of microbes will be there in the in that water, in that environment. But transient flora जो है, that microorganism or flora will come from the outside of the environments. Say from soil is there, air is there, through pollutant is there, surface runoff is there, rain water is there. So that transient flora will come from the outside of the environment. बट नेचुरल फ्लोरा जो है वो ऑलरेडी पहले से हमारा उस इन्वायरमेंट का जो फ्लोरा रहेगा वो पहले से रहेगा. Then the microorganism in natural aquatic environment play an important role in nutrient recycling and as a primary producer. One is the nutrient recycling, and it also playing a roles in the primary producer and decomposer of organic matter. सपोज कोई डेथ हो जाए, कोई प्लांट का डेड प्लांट हो गया या डेड ऑर्गेनिज्म हो गया, सो फॉर दैट वी नीड टू डिकम्पोज दैट organic matter, and again after decomposing it may release this nutrient. So nutrient recyclings, basically in the nature, these microbes will play in the nutrient recycling as a primary producer or decomposer. All the microorganisms present in water body can be seen as surface flora of inhabiting organism. So जो हमारा suppose fish is there and fish is growing in such a kind of water. So on the surface of the fish, that microflora may adhere, or they will be on the surface of the fish. These not only include spoilage organisms but also human pathogenic organisms, especially in sewage contaminated water. So जो भी microbes surface of the body of the fish will be there. So it doesn't include only spoilage type of microbes. It may also harbor, or it may also includes the pathogenic microbes. Agar suppose if we are growing the fish in the sewage fed fisheries having a high load of microbes. So there is a chances that it may harbors the pathogenic microbes also. So that's why it depends upon the in which kind of environment the fish is growing, or we are capturing, or we are catching the fish. The food of plant and animal origin, the primary source of microorganism found in food, means the main source here, this first source of microorganisms found in foods. The food of plant and animal organism carry several microorganisms associated with their natural habitat. That means जिस हैबिटेट में वो ग्रो हो रहा है, जिस इन्वायरमेंट में ग्रो हो रहा है, सो उस काइंड का हमें माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म मिलेगा. Plant carry typical microflora on the surface and also get contaminated from outside source. So basically the natural flora will be on the surface of the fish, but it may also contaminate while we are capturing the fish. So there is a lot of contamination sources there. Then animal carry microorganisms on their surface and intestine and also contain contaminants from surrounding environments. So fish में हमारा 3 source है basically. Outer अगर देखा जाए तो one gills is there and another one is skin is there, or inside there is a one intestine is there, but it may also contaminate while handling the food. Food handler है वो contaminate कर सकता है हमारा fish को. And fish which they are residing in that water, they may also excrete that excreta or fecal matter. So fecal matter also contains some microorganisms. So that microorganism is also spreading into this environment. है ना? So that microbes may also contaminate the fish. Then besides, both plant and animal carry pathogenic microorganisms capable of causing human illness. The food associated microorganisms are influenced by the availability of the specific nutritional requirement and the environmental parameter. That means the food associated microbes basically influenced by the availability of the nutrients. अगर nutrients रहेगा तभी वो grow होगा, तभी हमारा multiply करेगा. और environmental parameter is also very important. Say for example, temperature is there, pH is there, then oxygen availability of the oxygen is there, whether anaerobic is there, facultative anaerobic condition is there. So based on that environmental condition, the microbes may grow and multiply. First is the nutritional requirement and second is the environmental parameter. The primary source of entry of microorganisms into foods are from the soil. मिट्टी से आ सकता है, पानी वाटर से आ सकता है, एयर से आ सकता है. ड्यूरिंग हैंडलिंग जो फूड हैंडलर है वो भी हमें कंटामिनेट कर सकता है. प्रोसेसिंग, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन और प्रोसेसिंग फैसिलिटी, इक्विपमेंट हो गया, मशीनरी हो गया, उससे भी हमें आ सकता है. देन ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इज देयर, पैकेजिंग मटेरियल इज देयर, स्टोरेज इज देयर. सो दीज आर द प्राइमरी सोर्स ऑफ एंट्री ऑफ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म इनटू द फूड्स. ये soil है. Soil being the rich source of several kind of microorganism immediately contaminates the plants and individual plant parts and the surface of the animals with the soil associated microorganism. So जो भी soil associated microorganism है it may contaminates अगर plant और plant based product है तो, और animal based product है तो, because it harbors lots of microorganism. Soil-derived microorganisms form part of the microbial flora involved in spoilage of food of plant and animal source. Thus, there is a need to reduce the load of soil microorganisms. So, जो भी microbes हमारा soil के through contaminates होता है, so there will be a lot of microbes. So, this microbes is playing a role in the spoilage. So that's why after the catch of the fish, what we have to do, we have to wash immediately to reduce the microbial load, to reduce this soil contaminant. So washing is required. Then water. Natural water not only contains several microorganisms native to the aquatic environment, but also from the soil, rot-rated sewage and pollutants entering into the water body. So that means जो भी microorganism native to this environment, जिस environment में मछली grow हो रहा है उसी तरह से नहीं आएंगे. It may also come from the soil, rot-rated sewage or the pollutant entering into the water body. Then the microbial numbers and types vary in different water body depending on the nutrient status. Definitely it depends upon the availability of the nutrient. So number, अगर ज्यादा nutrient होगा so multiplication ज्यादा होगा तो microbial load ज्यादा होगा. Types, it depends upon the environmental condition. Environmental condition, suppose high temperature है तो हमें thermophilic types of मिल सकता है, low temperature है तो psychrophilic और psychotropic मिल सकता है. तो it depends upon the environment and condition. Thus, All kinds of microorganisms found in waters are likely to be associated with the aquatic organism as a surface flora. So that means skin or gills you will find in case of fish. And use of such water for food processing will add microorganism from water to food. अगर polluted water हम use करेंगे तो again it may harbor, it may add additional load of microbes. This is sewage water containing human pathogenic microorganism. It may contaminate food when we are using sewage water without proper treatment. So sewage water, it should be properly treated. So we are having a different treatment facility, primary, secondary, tertiary. And after tertiary, we can use that type of water for cleaning or washing purpose. Air में जो है, air contains several microorganisms which may get deposited on the food being processed and handled. Air doesn't contain natural flora of microorganism. Air जो है, हवा में generally नहीं रहते हैं, तो फिर ये कहाँ रहते हैं microbes? So microorganism encounters are those associated with the suspended solid material and water droplets. जो that means air में जो suspended solid materials है और water droplets है, वो उसमें जाकर के microbes हमारा associated रहता है. The source of microorganisms to air are from dust, dry soil, and water spray from natural surface water, droplets of moisture from coughing, sneezing, and talking by food handler, from sporulating mold growing on walls, ceiling, floor, foods, and food ingredients. So these are the sources of microorganism which is entering into the air. From dust आ सकता है, ड्राई सॉइल से आ सकता है, वाटर स्प्रे फ्रॉम नेचुरल सरफेस वाटर, ड्रॉपलेट्स ऑफ मॉइस्चर कमिंग फ्रॉम द कफिंग, कोई कफ कर रहा है, स्नीजिंग कर रहा है, या जब फूड हैंडलिंग कर रहे हैं उसमें भी कोई टॉक कर रहा है, या मोल्ड्स का ग्रोथ हो रहा है हमारा कहाँ पे, दीवार पे, सीलिंग पे, या फ्लोर पे, फूड्स पे और फूड इंग्रेडिएंट्स पे. सो दीज आर द सोर्सेस दैट माइक्रोब्स में एंटर इनटू द एयर. Therefore, it is likely that the microorganisms persisting in air get deposited on the food being processed and contribute for microbial load and subsequent spoilage of food. So that's why it may go to contaminate the food and it may leads to the spoilage. So there are a number of microorganisms present in air depends upon the factors such as extent of movement of air, sunshine, humidity, location, and amount of suspended dust in the air. So this number of microorganisms present in air, it depends upon several factors. First is the extent of movement of air. This is very important. Constant air है, there is a no अगर movement है air में और वो calm है, so there will be growth and multiplication. But जैसे ही turbulence आएगा, so it may transmit or it may harbor say microbes from one place to another place. So wind velocity is there, or air current, we can say air velocity harboring a microbes. Then sunshine, availability of the sunshine, humidity is also playing a role. Humidity. Then location and amount of suspended dust. So these are the factors which may harbors the microorganism. Then the rain or snow removes microorganism from the air. जब हमारे बारिश हो जाएंगे और या नहीं तो precipitation in terms of the snow fall होंगे, so it may remove microorganism from the air. बट ह्यूमिड कंडीशन रहेगा या फिर हमारा विंड ज्यादा चल रहा है या सनी वेदर है, तो इन दैट केस दैट माइक्रोब्स विल बी देयर. बट रेनी सीजन मींस अगर रेन अगर हो रहा है, प्रेसिपिटेशन हो रहा है, सो इट में reduce the microbes in the air. Then the microflora of food processing facility. So processing facility से microflora कैसे आते हैं? The nature of microflora in food processing facility varies depending on the nature of the food being processed. So it depends upon the nature of the food. Then the variation may be observed in microbial number from one area of processing plant to another. And variation it varies from one area to another. The microbial types present inside the processing plants are related to quality of air outside, The plant and the microbial pollution levels are related to the levels of activity of the worker. So this contamination, it depends upon the food handler, और air से कुछ contaminates आ रहा है तो it depends upon that microbial types. Air, इसीलिए जब प्रोसेसिंग फैसिलिटी होती है और प्रोसेसिंग प्लांट होता है, सो प्रोसेसिंग प्लांट का जितने भी सीलिंग है, वॉल्स है, वेंटिलेटर है, मोस्ट ऑफ देम को हमें पूरा सील्ड करके रखा जाता है. क्यों? बिकॉज देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी एयर एंट्रेंस. अगर एयर एंट्रेंस भी है तो एयर कटअप शुड बी देयर. एयर कटअप होगा तो वहां पे देयर शुड बी ट्रीटमेंट, यूवी ट्रीटमेंट शुड बी देयर. सो इफ माइक्रोब्स इज ट्राइंग टू एंटर इनटू द प्रोसेसिंग प्लांट, अगर सपोज कोई बाहर से बंदा आ रहा है हमारे प्रोसेसिंग प्लांट में, सो एयर कर्टन शुड बी देयर विद दिस यूवी ट्रीटमेंट फैसिलिटी, सो इट मे किल द माइक्रोब्स. Then reducing microbial load in processing area, कैसे reduce कर सकते हैं? There is a need to reduce microbial load in the processing area. This can be achieved by installing filtration. एक तो है हम air filtration कर सकते हैं अगर हमको reduce करना है. दूसरा है chemical treatment कर सकते हैं. And तीसरा है heat and electrostatic precipitation unit should be there. चौथा है taking measure in preventing the buildup after reducing the microorganism. ये है फिल्ट्रेशन कर सकते हैं, केमिकल ट्रीटमेंट कर सकते हैं, हीट और इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक प्रेसिपिटेशन यूनिट लगा सकते हैं. ये है जिसके द्वारा हम माइक्रोब्स को एंटरिंग करने से या माइक्रोबियल लोड को रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं. द बिल्डअप ऑफ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म इन प्रोसेसिंग एरिया कैन बी प्रिवेंटेड बाय मेंटेनिंग द पॉजिटिव प्रेशर इन फूड प्रोसेस एरिया, installing filter in ventilating system that prevent spread of microorganisms from one part of a plant to another, and installing UV irradiated airlock at doors to reduce the number of microorganisms carried by the workers. अभी जो हमने बताया, if someone is trying to enter in our processing plant, so that they may harbor some microbes जो उसके शरीर के साथ अटैच है या उसके क्लोथ के साथ अटैच है. So if they are trying to enter in our processing plants, there should be some filtration unit. There should be some UV irradiation, UV treatment facility should be there. Airlock irradiated UV irradiated airlock facility should be there. So वो हमारे microbial load को वो क्या करेंगे? Reduce कर देंगे. If we are installing such type of facility in our processing plant. Then handling and processing. Food grown cultured in natural environment containing a specific group of microorganisms are further contaminated by several microorganisms during harvesting. एक तो जो हम जहां ग्रो कर रहे हैं वो तो नेचुरल हैबिटेट में जो ग्रो हो रहा है वो हमारा माइक्रोब्स तो रहेगा ही. But once we are capturing that fish and coming and bringing to this fish hold or to the processing plant, so from the catch and coming to this processing plant, so lot of handling activity is going on. So during that times there is a chances that microbes may contaminate. So food handler is there. हार्वेस्टिंग में जैसे हमारा क्राफ्ट्स हो गया, गियर हो गया, डेक्स हो गया, फिश होल्ड हो गया, वाटर हो गया, आइस हो गया, यूटेंसिल हो गया, इक्विपमेंट हो गया, मशीनरी हो गया, all are the sources of contamination. So all food contact surfaces including equipment coming in contact with the food packaging, this packaging also, transportation facility also, and from food handler, they may harbor, they may transmit, they may contaminate the food. Then the use of sewage contaminated water for washing. अगर भैया सीवेज कंटामिनेटेड वाटर हम यूज करेंगे या पॉल्यूटेड वाटर यूज करेंगे तो वो ऑलरेडी हैवी लोड ऑफ माइक्रोब्स है. It may harbor spoils as well as the pathogenic microbes. So already जिस नेचुरल एनवायरनमेंट में ग्रो किया उसके पास तो ऑलरेडी नेचुरल और नेटिव माइक्रोबियल फ्लोरा है ही, बट नेटिव माइक्रोबियल फ्लोरा तो है ही, बाद में अगर हम उस तरह का पॉल्यूटेड वाटर और डर्टी वाटर से हम उसको क्लीन करेंगे तो एडिशनल लोड ऑफ माइक्रोब्स वी आर एडिंग, सो दैट इज नॉट गुड. All the microorganisms associated with food handler enter the food during handling of food from hand, garments, body surface, hair. इसलिए बोलते हैं ना hair जो है हमारा मीन्स वो hair में हमारा कैप लगा रहना चाहिए. अगर if it is any female food handler is there, सो फीमेल फुल हैंडल का जो हेयर है वो हेयर खुला नहीं रहना चाहिए. देयर शुड बी खोपा. खोपा से हम उसको बांध के रखते हैं या रबर से हम उसको टाई करके रख सकते हैं. और देन वी आर बियरिंग द कैप, हेयर कैप. अंडर द पुअर पर्सनल हाइजीन हमें मेंटेन करना है. Therefore, it becomes necessary to prevent reduced contamination and microbial buildup in foods during handling and processing, so as to produce safe food with good keeping quality. So these are the handling and processing areas where the microbes may enter into our food. Then the significance of microorganism in food. So microorganism associated with food derives energy from food for those the growth, maintenance and reproduction, for cell growth, maintenance and reproduction. So definitely microorganism, if it is there in the food, it requires energy. It requires uh, what we can say energy in terms of what, for their growth, multiplication, for the cell growth, maintenance and reproduction, or growth or multiplication we can say. And based on their function, microorganisms associated with food may be divided into three groups. What are those? Those causing spoilage or undesirable changes in the food. Okay, based on their function. So first function, those causing spoilage or undesirable changes in the food. Second, those producing desirable changes. ये थोड़ा अच्छा है. जो स्पॉइलेज है और अनडिजिरेबल वो उतना अच्छा नहीं है, बिकॉज इट इज स्पॉइलिंग टू आवर फूड. Those producing desirable changes, some of the foods, some of the microbes we are also using for our preparation of the food, है ना. Then those producing disease, तो ये भी हमारे अच्छा नहीं है. Disease causing or spoilage type activity, only second one is good. Based on the extent of the stability to microbial invasions, food may be classified. Means invasion, that means in terms of the how they are going to affect to our foods, whether it is a, so based on that it's classified into perishable food, semi-perishable food and stable food. Perishable food is easily spoiled. Example is fish and meat. So we require proper treatment, proper preservation techniques to preserve that food. Semi-perishable foods, that's a potato or tomato, it requires long time. Long time means it require more time to spoil compared to fish and meat. Stable foods, जैसे cereals हो गया, flour हो गया, sugar, it is not going to spoil. We can keep for a longer duration of time. So that is the stable food. The stable or semi-stable food becomes unstable or perishable where there is a moisture content. As we know, these microbes require water for their growth. Moisture content or water activity we can say. So once these stable foods will be means contaminate, or if any water will be there, or if any moisture will be there, moisture absorbance will be there in that food, so it may supports the growth of microbes, because once water will be there, it may harbor the microbes from the air, from the packaging materials. As already nutrient is there in the food, it may utilize that nutrient and grow and spoil the food. So it should not be means contaminate with the water. अगर वाटर के संपर्क में जाएगा तो फिर वो क्या हो जाएगा, हमें माइक्रोब्स को इनवाइट करेगा और माइक्रोब्स इजीली उसको ग्रो करके वहां पे पूरे फूड को खराब कर देगा. देन द फैक्टर अफेक्टिंग माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म इन फूड, क्या क्या फैक्टर है भाई. सो सर्वाइवल एंड एक्टिविटी ऑफ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म इन फूड डिपेंड्स ऑन सेवरल फैक्टर such as number and types of microorganism present, types of food, treatment to which the food has been exposed, processing or storage treatment that the food receives, whether the food is to be consumed as it or it is or as it is or heated, that means ready to eat or ready to cook. Acha, this now time is going to end, you have to again reconnect. Okay.